Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Kathy's Craft Room. Today we're going to be making a card using the Pop of Pink designer series paper and some a Hostess stamp set and then one of the carryover stamp sets. So the Hostess stamp set that we're going to be using is called Love You Lots. It is a Hostess stamp set, so you do have to host a party and have a $150 order in order to, with everybody's order, it's not just your own, in order to be able to purchase this. As demonstrators, we are able to purchase some on the pre-order at regular price. So we are going to be using the Ladybug, and I have a daughter named Lily, and I've always called her Ladybug. So when I saw this, I knew it was going to be one that I like. And also, hedgehogs are just adorable, so I can definitely see me using that in the future. So this is one of the stamp sets we're going to use. And we're going to use the Love You Lots, and then we're going to use the Ladybugs. Also, this is kind of a go-to stamp for me for backgrounds. I do a lot of scrapbooking, so I have all my months here. This is called the Perpetual Birthday Calendar, and it was part of a kit in the past, and now it's kind of just carried over because people like the backgrounds. So we are going to be using the little hearts that go with it. So I do already have those mounted on a block here. And then we have our Ladybugs right here, and we have our Love You Lots. That's it. That's all the stamps that we're using. The colors that we're using today are Melon Mambo and just any black that you have. This is the archival basic black. We are also, I'm thinking about using, once I get it put together, I'll kind of decide whether I'm going to use new enamel shapes, because there's hearts, and this is in Melon Mambo. Some Stampin' Dimensionals. Might put some blingy bling on there, some rhinestones, and then the paper, of course. So these are the colors that we're using. Very pinky, very black, white, and pinky. The card base itself is going to be an A2 size card. It's 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, cut in half at 5.5 and then scored at 4 1/4. So this is our standard base. Then we have the Melon Mambo here, cut at 4 wide by 5 1/4 tall. So there's that. And then we have our DSP here. There's a couple different types in the DSP. This is two-sided, so one side is black and white and one side has the pink. And they're little hearts. So I'm going to use this. This is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. And then I have little papers, and we're going to be stamping on this little white piece, and this is 2.5 high by 2 3/4 wide, and this is just 1/4 inch bigger. So it's 2.5 high by 3 wide. So those layer on top of each other, and then they'll all be layering on top of that. I didn't want to cover up this pretty paper. It's so pretty and it makes the card so much nicer. So I wanted to just do stamping on just a little bit of it, just enough to have our little sentiment on it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to put everything to the side right now, and we're going to take our little love bugs, our ladybugs, and we're going to stamp them with our basic black archival. Now I will be coloring in, we'll also be using the Melon Mambo marker because I will be coloring in the ladybugs in this Melon Mambo. So using the archival prevents it from smearing. But you can use whatever you want, just make sure that it's really dry if you're not going to use an archival. So we're going to get it stamped up nice and good. I want to make sure that we have full coverage on our little stamp here. And then we're going to stamp it kind of towards the bottom-ish in the center with our little love bugs here. Or don't rock it. Oh, look how cute they are. They're just in there like, oh, reminds me of like an older couple that's like, oh, lean on me. Oh, how cute. Okay. So then we're going to do our sentiment in the black as well. And this one just says, Love You Lots. Okay. So we're going to stamp that up. Ink, 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 ink. Make sure it's nice and good on there. Look, I got some on my finger. Let's not get that on my card. And I'm going to stamp that right above it. Love You Lots. Make sure I did that right. Okay. Love You Lots. Aw, it's kind of crooked, but I kind of like it. I think I'm going to leave it like that. If you didn't want to, you know what, let's just go ahead and restamp it. Again, one of the great things about stamping and about using paper is that you do always have two sides. And while Well, I find it slightly charming to have that a little up there. We're going to go ahead and just redo it real quick. Here's the black, ladybugs, and then the lovely lots. We're going to make it a little bit higher because we do want it to kind of be spaced out a little bit. Aw, oh, how cute. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp our little hearts on here. See our hearts? This is where we're going to bring out the melon mambo. Now, we really only have 3 colors in this card, so you don't have to buy a whole lot of ink in order to do it. So I'm going to stamp this up. Okay, and you're going to notice that on here, you get a lot of ink in the wells, like in between all the hearts. Just don't stamp really hard down because it doesn't take a lot to get it. And you're not going to, unless you like push it down and rock on it, you're not going to get it everywhere. So I'm just going to use this as kind of like a little background stamp to give it, ooh, don't do that. Don't get ink everywhere. These are very inky ink pads. So, you know, I think I'm actually just going to do the 2. I'll leave it there like that. I'm going to go ahead and close up my ink pads. I'm not doing the inside of the card today. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up. That's all the stamping that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take my marker. And there's 2 sides to the markers. There's the side that you write with and then the side that you color with. So I'm going to go ahead and color in our little ladybugs. Look how cute they are. And now they're going to be pink to match our paper. And so this would be a good sweet card. I'm actually making them again for my daughter for her little love notes. I like to slip these in when they're not looking, when they're having a bad day or just anytime. So here we go. We almost got this done. And I could just kind of like scribble it, but the top of the ladybug is it's not meant to be solid. If you can see that, you see how it's not filled in there? So I didn't want to get any pink on that. So, okay. So now that we have that done, we go ahead and start putting our card together. So we're going to take this top layer with our boo-boo side on it. See, if you guys watch my stuff, you know I make boo-boos. This is a thought process. This is one of the great things about being creative is that, you know, you mess up. It's okay. Now I use fast fuse. You can use whatever adhesive that you have, glue, tape runners, whatever. I'm going to use fast fuse because that's what I have. And then because I'm using fast fuse, I like to put that caveat out there. Make sure you get it lined up right the first time because it will stick and it will not let go. Okay, so we have our lovely lots here. And then let's go ahead and put our card base together. So we have our card base, and then we're going to take our melon mambo and we are going to put fast fuse on that. And then we're going to put it down. Oh, I like doing it like this. Again, make sure you line it up pretty well before you push down. So I do like to kind of like eyeball the whole thing. Make sure you only have 1/4 of an inch all the way around because once it's down, it's pretty much down for that. So then we have our piece of designer series paper and we're going to layer that on top here. So there we go. So let's get this all lined up here. And there we go. Nice and lined up. And we're almost done. The designer series paper makes it really easy to make really pretty cards really easily. Now we've got to put our sentiment on here like this. And we're going to go ahead and use some Stampin' Dimensionals. Sorry about that. And we're going to put kind of one on each corner and one in the middle to make it pop out. Okay, so we're going to take off the backs of them. Make sure they're stuck down pretty good. All right, here we go. All right, so let's put this somewhere in the middle here, and now you can still see your very pretty designer series paper behind it, and then just a little bit of the hearts. I am going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm not going to put any rhinestones or anything else on it because I kind of like it the way it is. On the inside you would need to put some sort of white liner paper on it just so you can write on it, and then you have yourself a very simple, very quick little love you card, little thank you card, good for Valentine's Day, good for your kids, whatever you want. So I'm going through the rest of my new stamps. This was the new Hostess stamp set. There's lots of cute little animals on it. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of cute things with this little elephant here. And this little bubble is thinking of you. So it's very cute like that. So if you're interested in any of these, please head over to my website or email me. Information is listed below if you'd like to order any of these supplies or if you'd like to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I appreciate your time. You guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.